Good morning, happy Friday. I thought I'd come on and do some daily vlogs this week and food diaries because I feel like I've missed you a little bit, and I feel like I've sort of gone into myself and tried to concentrate on getting to target and not sort of sharing as much as I could with you. And we've got a busy day coming up, so I thought I'd share today and the next few days with you. So last night at weigh-in, I lost £0.5. I might come on and do a full weigh-in update. You'll have to let me know what you think. I'm not going to have a lot of time, so we'll see how it goes anyway. But yeah, last night I lost £0.5 and I needed £1.5 for target. So I now weigh 12 stone 1 pound. I've lost 14 stone 6.5 pounds. So yeah, my target is 12 stone. I'm in my office at the moment because my morning routine is first thing in the morning I log on to my computer, and then I go down and have breakfast. So my computer's just loading up now, ready for work. The other thing that's happening today is my dog Alfie, or our dog, has been suffering with seizures. So about 3 weeks ago, in the night, about 12 o'clock, we heard some scuffling noises downstairs, and he was having what we now know is a seizure, and he was sort of scrabbling on the wooden floor trying to get up, and we thought it was just that he'd lost the feeling in his legs, which he does sometimes as part of his condition, his other conditions that he has, and he couldn't get up again because he was on the wooden floor. And then after that attack finished, he sort of circling around on the floor and banging his head on things and being really disorientated. But he seemed fine after that, so we kind of thought, right, we'll see how he goes. But now he's had 3 more attacks in the last 24 hours, which is really, really concerning. He had one last night about 2 o'clock in the morning, then he had one at about 8 o'clock last night when I came back from weighing, and then he's had one this morning at 2 o'clock in the morning. The one at 8 o'clock last night was a longer one, went on for a few minutes, and the disorientation and it took quite a while for him to come round. But the one at 2 o'clock wasn't quite as bad. So anyway, we're going to take him to the vets for a checkup, and I'll obviously let you know. But it's obviously just, we know that he's alright in himself. It's not causing him any pain, but we just want him to have a checkup and see how he goes. As for my weigh-in and my slimming world, I'm feeling good. I feel like I want to try and push to lose that pound this week, so that's why I'm doing some vlogs this week. I'm going to get my journal out, which I'll show you shortly, and I want to lose that pound, so hopefully this will help. Right then, I better finish logging into my computer. When I finish this, I'll show you my daily journal that I'm going to be filling in, and then I'll show you my breakfast. Right, I'm dressed now and ready to face the day. I've got one of J&D's t-shirts on, the grey and white striped one. I forgot to say earlier, also as well as going to the vet, I'm also working all day. Andrew's off. Andrew's off work. I'm working all day until 4:30. Then I've got to quickly have some tea, take Alfie to his vet's appointment, and then we need to go shopping to do our Aldi shop. So hopefully I'll snatch some time to do some vlogging and some chats with you, but I'll now just show you my food diary. It's from Retro from Scratch, and you can personalise the cover and even the inside if you're following a different plan. She has different inserts, and she's on Facebook, Instagram, Etsy, and has her own website. So I'll just show you that now. And I'm not sponsored, I paid for this with my own money. So here we go, I'm going to have a go at completing a food diary this week, just to make sure that I'm fully counting everything, to make sure that I'm thinking about my speed foods and so on and so forth. So you can see a blank page here, Friday the 11th of May, and I weigh 12 stone at £1. It does ask you to it does ask you your weight every day, but you can just complete it once a week. Then you've got your sins, up to 15 here to cross off, and you've got your breakfast, lunch and dinner and snacks, and then columns which you can tick, which say free food, speed food, protein, healthy extras and sins. And you can see here, which is the last time I recorded my weight, on Friday the 12th of January, I weighed 13 stone 9. So I've lost a stone and 8 pounds since January, which is not too bad. And you can see here I've filled it in with my breakfast, lunch, dinner and snacks. And looks like I had 14.5 sins that day. So that, yeah, and I'll show you what I'll show you as well is, this is the front. This is a Winnie the Pooh cover, Pooh's Grand Adventure, The Search for Christopher Robin, because I love Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore. You get a few pages of the storybook, and then you get your inserts to fill in, and here at the back you can see her website. So yeah, I'm going to give it a go at filling it in this week. Right, I am really ready for my breakfast now, so I'm going to be try and be quick because my toast is going cold. But this is my breakfast this morning. I have 60 grams of Andrew's wholemeal bread, which is homemade, and I've spread that with a pot of Jam Goddess jam, and it's here. She has a website, the Jam Goddess, and this flavour is, you're not going to be able to see that, blueberry and chia, and the whole pot is 1 sin. That's really good. It's not overly sweet, but it's nice to be able to spread quite a bit of jam on your toast without worrying how many sins you're using. But as I say, it's not overly sweet. Then I've got a coffee made with 80 ml of almond milk and some skinny syrup. The almond milk I'm using at the moment is the Alpro roasted almond unsweetened, and you can have the full litre of that for your Healthy Extra A per day. So that will be part of my Healthy Extra A, but I'll have some cheese as well. And then I've got some defrosted berries, which I've also sweetened with a bit of skinny syrup. It's not necessarily because they're speed food, but to help keep me fuller for longer. I just wanted to try and record a few more thoughts. I've eaten my breakfast, which was lovely. I'm trying to look at the camera dot, so I'm hoping my eyes are right. But you'll know from my very first video that I struggle with looking in the right place in the camera. This is me when I'm actually looking at the black dot, and this is me when I'm looking at the screen. Anyway, so yeah, I thought I'd start doing a daily vlog, because I feel like for the last 2 or 3 weeks I've been close to target, you know, £3 away, £1.50 away, £1 away, and I've sort of not felt like vlogging or taking many photos. I have taken some photos for Instagram, but not loads. And I've sort of withdrawn into myself to try and get the focus to lose the weight and get to target. And maybe that's what's not working. Maybe I need to come on and chat to you and share my day with you. Sorry, I've got chewing gum in. And share my days with you and share my thoughts. And also with Alfie being, I wouldn't say poorly, but with him suffering these seizures, it's a lot of stress and worry, and it's upsetting to see him like that. So I think if I can come on and share my worries and share my days with you, it's going to help me stick on plan, because eating over Alfie's seizures isn't going to change anything. And for me, when I'm planning and preparing my food, it gives me something else to concentrate on rather than worrying and stressing. So yeah, we'll take him to the vets and see what they say. Then I've got my brother's birthday party tomorrow. I'm also having my tyres done tomorrow. Not sure what's happening Sunday. And then the week after that, the holiday preparations will probably start. So you'll probably start to see me making some holiday preparations. I'm also worried about how the holiday is going to go now Alfie's not very well, because obviously he's probably not going to be able to be left, but also he's probably not going to be able to walk lots of miles as well. So anyway, we're going to have to see how it goes. Right, I'm going to go back to watching Emmerdale and do my last few minutes of relaxing before starting a day of work. Hi, so it's dinner time now. Alfie's had another fit this morning. Oops, got something in around my mouth. Yeah, Alfie's had another seizure this morning while I've been working and Andrew's been at home. It lasted probably 2 or 3 minutes. What happens is he starts drooling, his mouth goes all funny, he starts sort of wandering around and stumbling, and then he falls on the floor and his legs are twitching, and he doesn't respond to you at all, and then eventually comes out of that after 2 or 3 minutes and starts circling round and banging into things, and he can't see or doesn't respond, and then finally he'll get back to normal, and he'll either be really energetic running about, or he'll want like a drink or something to eat, which is all symptoms that is listed as seizures on the internet. Sorry about the light. So, and then after that he usually wants like comfort, he wants to be near you. But he's absolutely fine in himself. It's just not nice to watch it. I'm in my house coat or my dressing gown for a bit of comfort, but I am dressed underneath, and it's dinner time, and we're both really tired because we've been woken up the last 2 nights with Alfie having a seizure. So yeah, it's a bit upsetting really, but I have got my lunch ready, which I'll show you. So for my lunch today, I've got a pasta and sauce, and I've just been double checking everything on the app, because I usually count these as half a sin, but I've actually looked this one up again, and it's the pasta and sauce, tomato, onion and herb, and it's the 110 gram, and that is actually down as 1 sin, so I'm going to count 1 sin for that. And I have with that some peppers, cucumber and tomato, and 3 rashers of fried bacon. Also in there I've got 30 grams of this Emporium lighter grated cheese. This is not on the app as a healthy extra, it's the Aldi version, but I am happy to count 40 grams as a healthy extra. So I've got 30 grams in there, and I'll have the rest as almond milk. I've then got an apple and an easy peeler with an Aldi Diet Coke. So one tin for my pasta and sauce. And look, I have a new stand for my iPad filming to hold my iPad. So hopefully when I'm making a recipe tomorrow it will be a bit safer, because the other one that I had, my iPad actually fell out of it twice, and I'm lucky that it's not broken. So I've got a new stand, and I'm hoping that tomorrow I'll get a chance to do a bit of recipe filming. So I've finished work and it's 25 to 5, so I'm going to have this quick tea before we take Alfie to the vets. So I'm having one of the Morrison's fish cakes. I don't have time to show you the packaging, but it's a smoked salmon and cheese one, which is 2 sins. If you look on my Instagram and on my previous videos, I have shown the packaging before. I've got potato and carrot chips, and then I've got the end of my salad. So it's a bistro salad type pack with some yellow and red tomatoes, cucumber and peppers. And there's the man himself, unaware of what drama he's causing today. So the lovely Irene Scotland, who I'm sure many of you will recognise her name from commenting, has sent me a lovely jacket that is too big for her. It's a size 14 from Bon Marche, and it fits just nicely for going out walking Alfie. So thank you very much, Irene. And she also sent me a lovely card that says, "Wishing a big congrats just for you." And she says, "Congratulations on reaching your target. You're a star and my inspiration, so thank you." Unfortunately, I didn't hit target last night, as you know, as I said this morning. But thank you very much, Irene, and we won't let a little pound get in the way. I'll still take the congratulations. With my tea, which I've just shown you, I forgot to say that I had half a sin's worth of 50% tomato ketchup, and I also had a skinny latte yoghurt from the Brook Lee ones, which are free. My mind's not fully on it, as I'm sure you appreciate. Alfie unfortunately had another seizure this afternoon, so we're just off to the vets now in like 5 minutes. Andrew's been keeping a seizure diary, which is one of the things that's recommended. So you can see he's had 5 in the past 48 hours or so. We've also got some footage of his seizure. Now I'm not going to put that in this video because it's quite disturbing to watch. We've taken it just for the purpose of showing the vet. But if there is anybody out there who's worried about their pet having seizures or things like that, then do get in contact and we can share the footage if that's what you'd like. And what we need to do now is get Alfie to the vet, then bring him back, go shopping to Aldi, and I don't know what time we'll be back, but I'll update you as soon as I can. Catch you later. Looks like he's about the same. Yeah.
11.2.
You stayed the same? Have you stayed the same? Good boy. Well, good evening, guys. As you can see, we're all back. We've been to the vets and we've been to Aldi and we've put all the shopping away, and it's about 8 o'clock. This is probably going to be a bit of a long vlog. We had a chat with the vet and it's not great news. Alfie already had a condition called Cushing's disease, which is a tumour of either the pituitary gland, I probably get this the wrong way around, which is down here in his kidney.
No. Adrenal.
The adrenal gland is in his kidney and the pituitary gland is in his brain. So they can have the Cushing's small tumour in either. and that produces too much hormones, and that's why he's been on. That's his long-term condition, and that's why he's been on medication for probably about 2 years now, and he's been managing fine on Veteril, which if you're a person who knows that kind of thing, you'll know that's how you treat Cushing's disease. So then he started with these seizures, and sadly they are related to his Cushing's disease, and it means that his type of Cushing's disease is the tumour in his brain, and the symptoms of a seizure are indicating that it's growing in his head, isn't it? Oh dear. And he's also got allergic rhinitis, which is another condition, and that's why he does that and makes all the coughing sounds, and that's why he's on powders. So it's a bit of a poorly dog really, aren't you? So they're going to try and get the seizures under control, because he's had 5 seizures in less than 48 hours, which is not a good sign. So what they're going to do is he needs more steroid. Did you say?
Yeah, natural steroid.
He needs
which Vetrol, when the Vetrol tablets take away his steroid because he's overproducing steroid.
Yeah.
So Vetrol reduces his natural steroid. So what he needs to do, he needs steroid to try and treat the seizures.
Yeah.
So we'll give him less Vetrol. So it produces more of his natural steroid.
Yeah, so basically the Vetrol is treating his Cushing's, but it's also inhibiting his natural steroids. So we're going to reduce his dose of Vetrol to every other day instead of daily, and hopefully that will reduce the frequency of his seizures. But there is no long-term treatment unless we decided to pay £1,500 for an MRI to find out where his tumour is, and then pay for surgery, which he is about 14 years old, and I don't think we want to put him through that. So what the vet has sadly said is that he has about 3 to 6 months left of life before we have to make a decision. At some point in those 3 to 6 months, we'll have to make a decision that he's not getting the enjoyment out of life anymore, and obviously say goodbye. So it's a very, very hard decision, and we're not quite ready to make that decision yet. So we're going to try with the reducing the Vetrol and see if the frequency of the seizures is less, and also we may try anticonvulsant medication, but we have to accept that very sadly Alfie's not got long left. But we did when he was diagnosed with Cushing's 2 years ago, we were told that he would have a shortened life expectancy. So it's a shock in a way, but it's not the biggest shock. Like when Snoopy died, who's up there, he became ill very suddenly with kidney disease, and it was a bit of a shock, weren't it?
Mm.
So with Alfie, we're going to take him on holiday next week and enjoy it as much as we can. See to whatever medication he needs. He's going to need a lot more one-to-one care, so he can't really be left alone now for a long time, because if he goes into a seizure, we need to know how long his seizures are, and we need to make sure he's not banging his head on anything or injuring himself in any other way. But yeah, I hope you don't mind me sharing that with you. I think it'll make it easier for us to talk about it with you and be open and honest about it. And I think it's always better to talk, and I know there's a lot of you out there who love Alfie nearly as much as us. He's gone now because I frightened him off with my crying. So I know there's a lot of you out there who love Alfie nearly as much as us, and you've asked about him and you've been interested in him. So this is not just a Slimming World channel, this is about my life. So I'll be sharing Alfie's journey with you just as much as I'm sharing my Slimming World journey, my activity, there he goes again, my exercise, my recipes, whatever else happens in my life, I'll be sharing as much as I can with you. Right, so it's time to get ourselves together, face the future. It's going to be a very sad day when we do decide to say goodbye, but it's not just yet, and hopefully we can take some time to prepare for that day. We don't want to see him suffer. At the moment we can still see the Alfie that we know and love between the seizures, and we're very hopeful that with some adjustments to his medication the frequency of the seizures will be less, and he'll have a good last few weeks or maybe months with us. So I hope you'll keep Alfie in your thoughts and prayers, and I'm going to go and make a cup of coffee now. Thank you for listening. So just as we finished filming that last clip, Alfie had another fit. So that's 4 he's had today, which is not great. So yeah, I think we're going to have to make a decision sooner rather than later. But we're going to see how it goes this week with reducing the medication, and I'll keep you updated. So as you can probably guess, I'm not in the mood for eating much, but I've got a big coffee and I've got a headache, so I'm going to take some paracetamol. I've got some Greek style yoghurt flavoured with skinny syrup. I've got an easy peeler, and I've got one of these dairy milk little bars, which are 5 sins. They're quite thin, if you can tell. But I just saw them in B&M and I know they were low sin, so I fancied trying some. So that means I end the day on 9.5 sins. So thank you so much for watching and listening. I know you'll all be there to support me. I do hope you've liked this video, and I'm sorry to have to share this news with you, but I know you're all going to be there for us, so thank you for watching.